Hi, I'm Shoestring Jay and welcome back to my channel where I talk about all things thrifty, frugal, money making and just general day-to-day life. Today I'm going to show you another experiment that I did with making yogurt. So some of you will have seen my video where I was attempting, well I did successfully, make some yogurt in my Instant Pot. And my Instant Pot is a really guilty purchase in that I bought it and never used it. So I tried it in my Instant Pot and this time I didn't love it. I thought it was fiddly. So this time I went old school. So I'm going to show you how I got on with old school yogurt making and see what you think about that. My mum's here now. She's downstairs, which is why I'm in my office. She's playing her games on her phone. She loves those. She's obsessed with the games on her phone and the New York Times games. If you haven't tried those, they are actually a good way to waste a bit of time. So we haven't done that much this week because it was mainly taken up with her move, getting her settled in here. The mobility scooter came, so I'll show you how we got on with that. And just kind of sorting stuff out. I mean, I've got a lot of mum's stuff in my house at the moment. It's very messy, it's full of stuff. We did actually go through, or she did, went through her bags and bags of clothes that she bought here. So we didn't put those into storage, partly because she needs some here. She needs some at my sister's because she's going to be spending some time there as well, kind of between the two of us. And you don't know what the weather's going to do because, you know, we're just heading into September. So I just said, look, just bring them out, bring them all. And then she wanted to go through them anyway. So she's gone through them and I've got a bag of charity shop stuff that she's decided is stuff she's never going to wear again. And I've got some bits behind me hanging up that I'm going to list for her on Vinted. I did do one of her things on Vinted yesterday when I was doing some general listing. I've actually done a load of listing. I did lots yesterday because Mum can't do a lot. She can't get about much. So I thought we'll just have a day where she can sit and watch telly and I'll just sit and do listings. So she gets really, really tired. I think that's the thing when you're 89 and you've got arthritis and you've just been through a really stressful experience because leaving your house of so long is a very stressful experience. You might have seen my video Moving Story, which gives a bit more background on it. It gives a proper tour of the cottage, but I give you an updated tour of the cottage empty this time. But you know, it's emotionally exhausting, isn't it, as well as physically exhausting. So we're not attempting to be too busy. I want to keep her occupied but not physically busy. So yeah, I haven't done that much. So I'll show you what we did. So we had a really nice walk this morning in the woods as well, me and Archie, so I'll show you that. Let's see, I'll show you what I've been doing so far this week. So I'm having another go at making yogurt, but I'm not bothering with the Instant Pot. I've just boiled the milk. I'm waiting for it to cool. And then I'm going to use my Wonder Bag, which is enormous. I just put it on the stairs for about 2 minutes to bring it down. And when I came back, the cat was asleep on it. So I had to give it a really good shake off. She was only asleep on it for about a minute. But I thought that's typical. She thought it was her bed. So now I need to keep it where she's not going to lie on it overnight. So I've got my starter ready, which I froze. Now, somebody in a recipe told me you could freeze starter. So I did that because I wasn't sure when I was going to make yogurt again. So I froze it. So let's see, this is another experiment. I'm going to leave this overnight and then hopefully it'll be yogurt in the morning. I'll stick it in the fridge and maybe I'll also then strain it later. I don't know. So yeah, it's taking its time. It's actually time for me to go to bed. I've got to get up really early because my mum is moving house in the morning. So I've got to get up really early. I've got to really be up by about 5:30 at the latest. So I could do with going to bed, but it's taking longer than I expected to cool. We'll see anyway. We can go do some other things. Right, so I've got my starter and my milk, my cooled milk in there. And I will be putting the lid on my Wonder Bag, and I'll do this off camera because I haven't got my camera stand, my tripod. So I will just do that off camera, but basically I'm leaving that overnight now and I'll stick it in the fridge when I get up. And I'm really hoping it's worked and that freezing your starter is actually a thing. We shall see. Okay, so it's now 5:30 in the morning. Let's see how this is done. Well, the light's not great in here at the moment, is it? But yeah, that's very set. I would say that is more set. Let's bring it over here. That is more set than my previous one. I really feel like having a taste, but because it's 5:30 a.m. Who wants to eat breakfast at 5:30 a.m? It's definitely more set. Look, it's done better than the Instant Pot. And it just tastes like nice mild yogurt. However, again, I think, no, I don't know. I don't even know if I'm going to strain it this time. It's much thicker than the last one. I don't even know if I'll bother straining it. I'll try it like this. Let's see what Mum thinks when she gets here. She might have some for breakfast tomorrow. Look, these are people moving house.
I bet Julia's spitting down that she can't be here.
I bet she's not. When it's not full of furniture, it looks quite big, doesn't it?
I'm just going to shut this off and tell her to picture.
It's got to go back on. My old curtains. I think a survey might have had something to say about that cracking there. Down the terrifying stairs for the last time. Can I come through? Celebratory lunch we're having now. The lights in here are weird, aren't they? So when we got home from the cottage, I got a call from the lady who'd bought it. I'd left my mobile there in case I had any difficulties. I couldn't find anything or work out anything where the stopcock was, etc. So she rang me, but there weren't any issues. She just wanted to say how much they loved the cottage, to say she couldn't thank us enough for leaving her some bits and pieces. We left her a bottle of Prosecco and a little book which was the history of the village and just some information, some flowers and stuff. And she said over and over again how much she loved the cottage and her husband, and they couldn't wait to get stuck into the garden, and they were keen gardeners, and they're coming from like outer London, and this was their dream home and they were going to be there forever. It was their forever home. They absolutely loved it. They obviously haven't thought about the stairs when they're in their 80s and 90s, but she was full of enthusiasm. She spoke to Mum. I put her on speakerphone. And it was really lovely because Mum hadn't met them. She was really curious about who was moving in, and it was so nice for her to hear this really lovely lady talking about how much she loved the cottage. And Mum told her to open a little cupboard next to the fireplace because it was exposed wattle and daub, I suppose it was made of. It was made in 1610 or 1615 or something like that. It was built, and that bit was all still exposed, and she had opened that and she was like, oh my goodness, it's so wonderful, I love it. And she was so enthusiastic, and that was just lovely. It felt like a really nice full stop to Mum's moving story, so that's good. Come on, little boy. You love the woods, don't you, Arch? So many places to cock your leg. So we thought we would get get into the woods for a bit. It's nice and cool. And there's a field at the other end where you can play ball, so I thought I'd do that today. Left mum at home, sorting herself out. So she's been with us for 3 days. And she's only had one little cry. She's doing all right. I'm keeping her busy. We tried her properly. We tried her mobility scooter yesterday. That was really good. So the mobility scooter arrived. And it was all set up, so we haven't tried to take it apart again. I do have instructions and a video how to do it, but we will have to at some point. But we're just spending a few days going out every day and trying it out and getting her confidence up. That's the plan. So she's obviously not come to the woods with me. I think that would be a bit ambitious. But we will go out later and we'll work our route through our little high street and just see how wonky it is. I mean, that's the thing, she's got to understand the kind of obstacles you face, like people parked on the pavements and very narrow pavements and pavements that are on a little bit of a slant, you know. So that's what we'll do. It's better that she gets her confidence up with somebody else. So it was really sad leaving the cottage. It was so sad. We all had a little cry, but we weren't too bad. we immediately went off for breakfast. We went and had breakfast together. I think that helped. And I think the flat is, you know, stuff's happening, so we're just hoping it doesn't take too long so she can get in, get unpacked and have a little space to call her own. Anyway, I'm gonna go do ball time. You do nudge. You're gonna get this or you're gonna ignore it? Ready? And Justin was saying the other day, we can't remember seeing so many really big fat acorns. Such a good acorn harvest. Fun to be alive if you're a squirrel. So the plan for today is to go and see my daughter and have a cup of tea with her in her flat. Mum hasn't been there for a while. And then later on today, we are going to go along the quayfront, the riverfront. You'll have spotted this in some of my past videos, I'm sure. It's really lovely and it's very flat and even, so ideal for a mobility scooter, but the journey there is not necessarily that straightforward. So wish me luck. I'm hoping that it won't be too difficult to navigate down there, but she needs to, I said that in my video, she needs to practice. She just needs to get confident and just have a go, really. We'll see how we go. Anyway, that's it for today. It's not going to be a very long one. I don't know if I'll manage one next week, but hopefully I will. Anyway, if you liked this video, don't forget to give me the thumbs up and do subscribe. I've said this before. I have a look at the views sometimes and think I've got a lot of viewers who aren't subscribers, and I think some people are return viewers. So if you like this kind of general chatty, frugal content, do subscribe to my channel and you'll know next time I am uploading a video. Thank you for watching this far and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.